Most rappers pick a lane. Ronday moves between Black Panther politics, biblical imagery, Louisiana folklore, and neighborhood storytelling without ever sounding forced. That's what makes From Baton Rouge to Babylon so compelling. Let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? It's your man Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into another episode of Everything for Everybody, and today we'll be discussing Ronday and Wino Willy's project From Baton Rouge to Babylon. At first glance, the pairing feels unusual. Spend time with it though, and the chemistry becomes undeniable. Ronday, a Baton Rouge lyricist whose references stretch from Huey P. Newton and Pimp C to Kevin Gates and neighborhood corner store wisdom, finds an ideal counterpart in producer Wino Willy. Together, they create a record built on warm loops, dusty grooves, and a deep understanding of Southern rap tradition. Having previously worked with artists like Mach-Hommy, Your Old Droog, and the God Fahim, Wino Willy brings his underground sensibilities into a distinctly Southern setting. What initially feels unexpected quickly settles into place. By the third track, it's clear that a producer whose roots connect New Jersey and New Orleans understands the Southern canon. The song Back from the West slows the pace with a deliberate crawl, allowing the album's late-night jazz atmosphere to take center stage. When Ronday raps, "I'm strapped from the toe to chest with more respect for the vision," that line lands with conviction. The production recalls the skeletal elegance of Conductor Williams and feels perfectly suited for Ronday's strengths. By the end of the project, the album begins blurring the line between storytelling and meditation. During the song Shiva, Ronday pauses to reflect, remarking that he walked to Ottoman Park from uptown before quietly observing the grass is moving. The moment feels less like a verse and more like a thought captured in real time. Beneath him, Wino Willy's jazz-infused loops drift while Ronday moves effortlessly through shifting pockets without losing the introspective weight of his writing. And I love the jazz tone and the smooth silkiness that he conveys when he's rhyming. I think it's really dope. I like his cadence and his flow. It's very speak easy. I'm just chilling in the motherfucking building, you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's a terrible way of mimicking it. I'm not trying to mimic it, but I just like it. You gotta listen to this to hear this smoothness that he portrays when he rhymes. Across 11 tracks, Ronday constructs a personal mythology where Black Panther history, gospel imagery, and Louisiana street wisdom coexist naturally. References to Babylon, scripture, and Huey P. Newton arrive within the same breath. His conversational delivery recalls the grounded storytelling that made Big K.R.I.T so effective. Burning cypress trees color the song College Drive, which features Matt Page, while Wakai makes a memorable appearance on the song Since Plymouth. The weakest moment for me on this project is Jackals in the Swamp, and it's a skit built around a homecoming weekend story involving canes, mushrooms, and strange sightings along River Road. The storytelling itself has personality, but its placement immediately after the song Afterlife Awaits abruptly stalls the album's momentum, forcing the song Well Wishes featuring Old Man Stogie to rebuild energy from scratch. Ronday thrives most within Wino Willy's denser loop arrangements. When a production becomes sparse, featured guests occasionally command the spotlight. On the song Well Wishes, mournful guitar notes and restrained percussion create space for Old Man Stogie to deliver the album's most emotionally affecting performance. His reflections on loss and exhaustion carry a gravity that overshadows the track. A similar dynamic appears on the song Southern Soldier, where Joe Scott's sharper cadence cuts through the production with greater urgency than Ronday's smoother approach, which isn't a bad thing, because if you want to add someone to your track, you want them to deliver the best they can. Sometimes you need someone to bring that extra energy to a track to really take it to the next level, and I think that's what happens here on this track. The project ultimately exists between two traditions that rarely intersect. Wino Willy draws from the loop-heavy underground aesthetic, while Ronday comes from a lineage rooted in Southern storytelling and spiritual reflection. Like Big K.R.I.T, he writes from a strong sense of place. Like Currency and Kevin Gates, he understands how geography shapes identity. Those worlds rarely meet, which makes From Baton Rouge to Babylon such a compelling listen. For me, I think one of the peaks of the album is on the song College Drive, where there's bright road textures, A steady bass groove and melodic contribution from Matt Page provide one of Wino Willy's strongest backdrops. Ronday answers with his best writing on the project, balancing vulnerability, pride, romance, and regional identity. Sort of like a Boldy James over an Alchemist beat, he fills every corner of the production with local landmarks, personal memories, and vivid details that bring Baton Rouge to life. On the song, I kind of laughed when it was like, you can't reheat crawfish, just throw this shit away. Like, who the hell would want to reheat crawfish? But I guess you would have to be down there or actually have had crawfish to know that you're just not supposed to reheat that shit. I mean, I personally wouldn't, you know what I mean? I like crawfish. When I was down in Louisiana visiting, I had some. But anyway, the song is smooth though. I love the vibe of College Drive. Definitely one of my favorites on the project. Joe Scott closes the album with a slightly lighter register that contrasts nicely with Ronday's voice, as Wino Willy lets the final loop linger beyond expectation. The project drifts to its conclusion rather than racing towards it. It's a fitting ending for an album that successfully merges southern storytelling and spiritual searching with underground rap minimalism. So I think you're definitely gonna wanna check this album out. I thought it was dope. You know, I like when you have like a mainstream version of music from a certain area and then you have like the underground music where it's like totally different. Like for me, when I hear Baton Rouge, I think of Lil Boosie, I think of NBA Youngboy, Kevin Gates. I don't know. I don't think NLE Chopper is from. Let me see if NLE Chopper is. Where's NLE Chopper from? No, he's from Memphis. Okay, cool. So yeah, like I was saying, NBA Youngboy, Lil Boosie, Kevin Gates, like they have a different type of music. So when I heard this, I'm like, oh shit. So it just goes to show you that everywhere there's two sides of the game. You know, there's three sides. There's like the mainstream shit that you would hear on the radio, and then there's like this underground, and then there's like, you know, the alternative stuff as well. But I never knew about the underground like soulful joints like this. So this album was really dope to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, I was surprised. I just looked at the cover and I was like, oh, let me see what this is like, because this is kind of interesting. It doesn't have him on the cover. It's a cover that features Lil Boosie, Kevin Gates, and NBA Youngboy. So I was like, let me check this out. And when I listened to it, I was like, yo, this shit is actually smooth. And I'm familiar with Wino Willy, so that also added to my interest in the album. But let me know what you guys think about this project. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop. Until next time, take care of yourself. We out. Peace.